Hey everybody, welcome to the 2020 Drumstick Dash Expo. I'm Dave Calabro with the world famous Channel 13, your Olympic station and your Drumstick Dash station. Hanging out with Steve Kerr. We're socially distanced. We've got our masks on. And you and I get to hang out at the start-finish line for the past couple of years.
At least. I was trying to think how many years it's been. And I'm actually thinking back to...
This is the 18th.
This 18th year.
Yeah.
But I was thinking back earlier, and I know you remember this, you and your boys camping out, and your boys were, I don't know how old they were.
Little dudes.
Camping out on the mall, the American Legion Mall, at one of those events we had, the Camp Out to Stamp Out Homelessness.
Yeah, great memory.
I wonder if that may have been your first real link with Wheeler Mission, do you think? Other than the fact, I think, didn't you tell me your mom used to come down here and serve occasionally?
My parents used to come serve at the Wheeler Mission years ago. I remember them talking about it. And I grew up in Indianapolis. I moved back here in 1992. And, I was always knew about the mission. And I don't know, I've always had a heart for the Wheeler Mission. I don't know why. I think it's because I meet these guys and gals.
Oh, yeah.
And you realize they're just like you and me, man. And it's people who don't want a handout. They want a hand up.
Yeah, good way to put it, absolutely. And I know you remember this too. Years ago, you, me, Rick, and our board, now president of our board, Jim Fountain, were at lunch together.
Yeah.
And you said, what can I do to help? How can I get involved?
Well, and I think that's it. I think we all have to use whatever platform we have, and if I can help promote the Wheeler Mission because I'm on Channel 13 and I have really good hair.
Really good hair.
Man, do I get a lot of smack about my hair. But yeah, and I've gotten to the point, I don't like to talk about this out loud because it's like a private, I love to serve at the mission. I love to go down there on a Thursday and Friday and just be there, just be the hands and feet and watch guys have their lives transformed. I mean, it's amazing.
It is a cool experience, and I know you don't ever toot your own horn, but I know you and Lisa have been such regular, solid volunteers at both our Center for Women and Children, now our Shelter for Men, serving meals. What's that do?
Oh, it's awesome. The women's shelter that's being built now, which is a God thing. If you don't believe in God, go check that out. It's amazing to see what's happening. My wife and I started volunteering there, I don't know, a couple years ago, several years ago, and it's a funny story. I was working there one day and I was helping out Reese, who's the world famous cook there. Reese, we love you, Reese. She's amazing. I was trying to get something out of the refrigerator. It was my first day, and I was in there working, and I got this, loaded up the cart, and I get to the door to get out, and I'm trying to get out. I'm in the refrigerator, and I'm like, I can't get out of here. So I start banging on the window. I said, Reese, how do I get out of here? She goes, push the handle. And so I had a panic attack in the refrigerator my first day serving there.
Do you, Gary Larson fan at all?
Yes.
He has that one Middale School for the Gifted. And the kid's on there pushing on the door,
man.
Sign says poll. That's you.
That's me. But seriously though, to be there and to watch people come in, I watched a lady come in with 3 children one day who had been at the hospital all night and she hadn't had a meal, and she showed up at 6 a.m. with these 3 precious kids.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I said, by the grace of God, and all of a sudden she's in the system.
Wow.
And people who care.
Yeah.
And there was counselors came alongside her. She got a meal, and their kids. It was just a heartwarming moment. So to be a part of the Drumstick Dash and realize to spend a couple hours to come out and run. So thank all of you who get involved.
What prompts you to get up on Thanksgiving morning and fight the traffic?
How about you? I mean,
I get paid to do it.
I mean, look at this smile, man. You get up on Thanksgiving morning and see those thousands of people out there running and smiling and dressed up, and their families, and
it's so cool.
People, all walks of life. People, and you and I are on the microphone. We'll talk about, hey, what state are you from? And it's like Alaska. It's like, wait a minute, So that's cool. People from all over the place.
Favorite memory. And I got a bunch, but
man,
favorite memory?
I think being up there one day, we had snow. We were up there in snow gear, and still, I don't know, we still had 15,000, 18,000 people out there. I think just seeing the heartwarming moments, seeing families together, and parents who realize how important this is to pass it on for their kids to go, hey, this is important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're gonna have our Thanksgiving, and we're gonna go eat lavish food and be gluttons, but first we're going to serve others. And I think that's what Hoosiers are all about, don't you?
I absolutely agree
What's your
with that.
favorite memory?
Oh my gosh, I know some people's favorite memory is when I got Mayor Ballard stuck in the overhead lift, and
I remember that.
his security
Yeah.
looked up and said, "Somebody's got to go to jail over this." And somebody had thrown the switch at the bottom where it just killed the whole machine. But we got him down.
I remember
and
that.
Mayor Ballard is such a good sport.
Yeah.
Mayor Hogsett comes every year. It's such a great sport, throwing out footballs.
Yeah.
We've had at least 3 marriage proposals. I think my favorite of those is we had a guy called us about, I don't know, 6 weeks before, said, "Man, I want to propose to my girlfriend. I want to do it at the Drumstick Dash, and I want to wear the mascot." Well, we couldn't.
That's hilarious.
But what he wanted to do was be a substitute. So we hooked him up with an exact replica of
I
our
remember
mascot
this,
costume.
yes.
And he's running around like the mascot and playing with the kids. And all of a sudden, he kneels down in front of his girlfriend on one knee and takes his head off and proposes right there. I mean, you guys, I think Mary Mills
Yes.
and you guys were there
Yep.
with 13. All these other cameras are there. And she's bawling. That, to me, they'll remember that for the rest of their lives.
Oh,
and I
gosh.
just think that we kind of had a little tiny part in that.
Yeah, yeah. It's just fun to see people's reactions to being out there and the smiles. And
Oh, I know.
And you came up with this
Yeah.
idea a long time ago.
Yeah, I was.
He's responsible. For all of it.
Sorry.
How did you come up with the whole idea?
You know, we were in Cincinnati visiting family for Thanksgiving
Right.
19 years ago now, and being a lifetime runner, we were looking for a race to run and sort of searching the internet for in Miamisburg, Ohio, a little suburb of Dayton. They had a turkey trot. And so we signed up for it, got up early in the morning and drove up there, and there was about 5,000 people. And the guy says, "Okay, you're going to run out to the tractor and back." And I thought, what in the world are 6,000 people doing out on Thanksgiving morning? So I thought, man, what a neat idea. So I came back, talked to my boss. He thought I was crazy. He thought he looked at me like I had lobsters growing out of my ears. But he said, try it, and if you're going to fail, fail quickly. And we'd had some other
That's
events
hilarious.
prior to. So I talked to Bob Kennedy, I talked to Don Carr of Tuxedo Brothers, and we sat in the upstairs attic of Bob's old running store in Broad Ripple and just sort of threw this thing together. And we were hoping to have 500 that first year, and said someday we'll have 5,000 people. And man, Dave, today it's the 50th largest of all running events in the country.
Wow.
50th largest. It's the second largest running event in Indiana, and probably the second largest or third largest Thanksgiving Day race in the nation.
Wow.
And every penny benefits those experiencing homelessness. That's why, and that's what motivates me and drives me.
How does that make you feel?
Oh gosh.
To look back and know, wow, we've made an impact.
It's humbling. There's a statue in Central Park. I think it's Fred LeBeau, the founder of the New York Marathon, said, "Man, if I can get a tiny little dashboard statue someday," but it's not about me. It's not about that. It's about knowing that all that money we raise will provide services to those experiencing homelessness. And I don't know, it's hard to say this directly helped this person, this directly helped that person, but to know that all you runners and walkers out there, when you sign up for the Drumstick Dash, you're helping those experiencing homelessness. So it's pretty cool.
I don't know if people realize the impact they have by just filling out a form, writing a little check,
Yeah.
and showing up, right?
And I don't think so either. And this year is really unique because of the pandemic. We're so limited in what
Yeah.
we can do, but we're having a massive virtual experience. So everybody can still make that same impact to help those experiencing homelessness by running virtually. We're going to mail them at no cost to them. We're going to mail them their race packet, their shirt, the whole bit, and encouraging people to wherever they are on Thanksgiving morning to go out and have a run with your family, walk with your family, knowing that you're making a difference in the lives of somebody who's hurting.
And it's easy to do online.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so if you're going to show up, it's a little different.
Yeah, you
Yes,
need to
got
sign up.
Two different start times.
2 start times, an 8 o'clock and a 10 o'clock, with only 3,000 people at each start time. So it's going to be pretty limited. So, and I think if it hasn't sold out yet, it's going to sell out very quickly. So I would encourage people to go to drumstickdash.org, get signed up, and get their spot in line, or just decide, man, I'm going to do it virtually this year. Next year we'll come back with a big crowd. But no Expo. That's the reason we're going to be mailing packets. No water station this year. We have a new course We can no longer run in front of the red line. We can't cut across College Avenue because of the red line. So we have a really cool new course through Forest Hills, Meridian Kessler area that's going to be, I like it. I ran it yesterday morning.
In record time, right?
Yeah, yeah, Meb and I, just like that.
There you go.
But yeah, I'm going to ask, I've actually wanted to ask you this for years. So the race is, usually 9.
Yeah.
You're usually out of there by, I don't know, 10:30, 11 o'clock. What do the Calabros do the rest of the day?
Oh man, well, I will say this has become our tradition. We all get up early, everybody puts on their goofy hat, and we go, the kids run, and I talk on a microphone, so it's my excuse not to run. and my wife usually has some turkey planned going on, and we're usually hosting, and we usually have a house full of
Nice.
chaos with the grandparents and the cousins and all that. But
Nice.
it's going to look different this year, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
do it virtually. But yeah, my boys live out of state. They're both, well, I got a 28-year-old. I know I don't look that old. 28-year-old and a 25-year-old, and then they're like, we're doing the dash some style. Somehow they dig it. They gotta keep their shirt collection going, and I think they like being a part of that.
That's what other thing that motivates me is that family tradition. I've seen Christmas cards with 18 people all in this year's or that year's Drumstick Dash shirt for the Christmas card.
That's cool.
So
I was down in Sanibel this summer, and a guy came jogging by wearing his gear. Brian Crispin, the marketing king of all this, and a guy who's been through the program and does so much, was telling me he thinks this is the biggest year ever need-wise.
It is.
Why is that?
A lot of changes this year. We cannot socially distance with the number of people we have, so we've had to make a lot of other arrangements to be able to protect every person experiencing homelessness. We've got to protect from the environment and get them indoors, especially during the winter, obviously. And so we're taking a lot of other provisions to make sure that everybody's cared for. We've had to hire temp staff this year. We've had to buy a lot of PPE. Every person wears masks. Everybody's, hand sanitizing like crazy. And so our expenses have gone up exponentially. And the community is so incredibly generous. But this year, more than ever, I think it's important that people still remember those who are experiencing homelessness. They're hurting as well as we are. They're trying to protect themselves from the virus as well as everybody else. And fortunately, we've been blessed with very few reports of positive cases.
I'd say it's gone pretty well, right?
Absolutely, it has. But it's been a challenging year for us. So this year is, like you said, it's incredibly important.
So donate if you can, right?
Yeah, and even if you can't run, you get a cool shirt. And you're helping somebody.
You can be like me. I get the shirt. I haven't run yet.
Someday. Someday you and I are going to run this thing.
Here we go. Yeah, we will. Yeah. Thanks for the time, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's been great being with you. I'm so. It's just been so cool getting to know you and see to hear your heart, to see your heart, and to know your family, and appreciate everything you've done for Wheeler Mission.
Well, all I got to say is God is good, and whatever I can do to help out,
Amen.
I'm in line. And so thank you. I want to say thank you, everybody who's supported this cause for years. Let's keep it rolling, and whatever you can do to help out, whether it's volunteer, it's all you gotta do is pick up the phone, call. There's something you can do to help out, volunteer-wise.
Yep.
And I'd encourage you to get your kids if you got kids.
Absolutely.
Expose them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Show them what the world's really like out there. I tell my kids, come off a Disney property and come see what the real world's like, because that's what it's about.
Absolutely.
When our kids get older, they've got to go out and fend for themselves, and if you expose them to real life early on, I think they can become life changers.
I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So, Dave, you and Lisa and the boys have a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for joining us again.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.
You too. Thanks.